Attention passionate Dallas, Cowboys. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what's happening right now could be a real game changer for the Dallas Cowboys. Rumors are swirling that the Cowboys are deep into negotiations to acquire Will Anderson Jr. from the Houston Texans, and if this deal goes through, it could have huge implications for how the Cowboys approach the rest of the season and beyond. This isn't just about adding another player. It's about a strategic move that could elevate Dallas's defense to a whole new level, giving them that explosive edge rush they've been craving since the season started. And let's be honest, our pass rush has been a bit underwhelming so far with only 6 sacks in the first few weeks. We need that spark, that game-changing presence, and Anderson might just be the guy. From what insiders are saying, the Cowboys are offering a first-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. That's a big investment, but one that could pay off in a major way. Sources close to the league indicate that this deal is pretty much on the table, with some even suggesting it's close to being finalized. Though, of course, nothing is official until the ink is dry. The Texans, sitting at 2-1, but struggling with a defense that's allowing around 25 points per game early on, are looking to rebuild their offensive line. They're also trying to free up cap space, about $8 million, to extend C.J. Stroud and other key pieces. It's a classic rebuild mode for Houston, and moving Anderson, a young and elite pass rusher, could be part of that plan. Now, Dallas, sitting at 1-2, has seen their pass rush struggle to generate consistent pressure. Micah Parsons has been solid, but the rest of the line hasn't quite lived up to expectations. Anderson, at just 24 years old, is a missile, a true human missile, as some might say, whose burst off the edge is comparable to a sonic boom. His explosiveness is what Dallas desperately needs to turn the tide. With 2025 stats that are nothing short of elite, 4 sacks, 12 pressures, 10 solo tackles, and a PFF grade of 91. 2. He's been one of the top pass rushers early in the season. His ability to disrupt plays and force turnovers makes him a perfect fit for the Cowboys' defensive scheme. Anderson's career stats are impressive, with 22. 5 sacks in his young career, along with 98 solo tackles, 5 forced fumbles, and an average PFF grade of 87. 4 since entering the league. He's shown durability, missing only some fatigue in Week 3 of 2025, but nothing serious. His EPA per rush is a staggering 29, placing him among the top performers in the league, and his win rate against tackles is around 25%. When facing off against current offensive tackles, he averages +2, 1 pressures per game in mismatches, which is a significant advantage. The comparison to Aiden Hutchinson's trade last year, which boosted the Lions' disruption rate by +150, highlights just how impactful Anderson can be. Experts project him to have a sack rate increase of approximately 17%, which would translate into around 15 sacks a season, an absolute nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Why is this move so crucial? Well, the Texans are prioritizing cap space, around $8 million, to rebuild their offensive line, which has already allowed 8 sacks early in the season. They're hesitant about the financial commitment to Anderson, whose hit is estimated at around $10 million annually. For Houston, it's about balancing the rebuild with cap flexibility, especially considering their 2-1 start and questions about Stroud's early consistency. From the Cowboys' perspective, acquiring Anderson makes perfect sense. With roughly $30 million in cap space, Dallas can afford to spend on a player of his caliber. Anderson could serve as the perfect complement to Micah Parsons, forming one of the most lethal edge duos in the league. His addition would significantly amplify Dallas's pass rush, especially against high-powered offenses like the Eagles, who scored 28 points against them in Week 2. Imagine Anderson paired with Parsons and Micah, creating a front 7 nightmare for any offensive line. His presence on the field would open up more opportunities for others, forcing double teams and freeing up linebackers and secondary players to make plays. The impact on Dallas's defense could be immediate, projecting around 15 sacks, along with a boost of +18% on third down stops, which is crucial for closing out games. The defense would not only improve in terms of sacks, but would also control games better, forcing turnovers and creating short fields for the offense. This move could elevate Dallas's entire team. The defense, which is currently ranked around 12th in the league, could jump into the top 3 if Anderson arrives and performs as expected. His disruptive ability would lead to constant pressure, forcing turnovers that would change the momentum of games. And let's not forget, the Texans' hesitation over the cost and draft picks might actually work in Dallas's favor, making this deal more feasible. Houston seems to be weighing whether the long-term benefit of Anderson outweighs the immediate cap hit and draft capital, especially since they're still in the early stages of their rebuild. Now, looking at the big picture, Anderson's addition could be a catalyst for the Cowboys' Super Bowl ambitions. A pass rush that's feared by every quarterback makes life easier for the entire defense, reducing points allowed and increasing chances of turnovers. His ability to disrupt the pocket is comparable to some of the best in the league. Think of Nick Bosa with the 49ers or T.J. Watt with the Steelers. Anderson has the potential to be that kind of game changer, especially in high-stakes moments like the playoffs. Furthermore, the potential impact on the NFC playoff picture is real. With Anderson, Dallas could see their odds of winning the conference improve significantly, from around +8-0 to as low as +3-0, making them a legitimate sleeper team in the NFC. His presence on the field would give Dallas a new dimension of explosiveness, enabling them to take control early and maintain pressure on opponents. It's reminiscent of the Bosa effect in San Francisco, where a dominant pass rusher elevates the entire team's performance and confidence. The trade deadline, set for November 4th, looms large. Dallas has to make a decision quickly. Do they go all in on Anderson and push their Super Bowl window open wider, or do they hold back and risk missing out on a player who could define their season? Considering the Cowboys' current trajectory and the strength of their roster, especially on defense, the smart move seems clear. Anderson's addition would not only boost their chances this season, but could set the foundation for a sustained dynasty. The Cowboys have been building steadily, with Parsons emerging as one of the league's top defenders. But adding someone like Anderson would take that defense from good to elite overnight. Of course, the Texans are cautious. They're not just giving away Anderson without getting fair value. Their focus on protecting cap space and rebuilding their offensive line means they're likely looking for a first-round pick plus additional assets. For Dallas, parting with a first-rounder in 2026 might seem steep, but if it leads to a deep playoff run and a shot at the Super Bowl, it's a price worth paying. Plus, with the young talent they already have, Dallas can afford to make this bold move. It's about stacking the deck, about making a statement to the league that they're serious contenders now and into the future. And let's talk about the potential ripple effects. If Anderson arrives and performs as projected, it could also open up opportunities for other players on the defense. Micah Parsons would have even more freedom to roam and rush from different angles, while the secondary could benefit from the pressure, forcing quarterbacks into hurried throws and mistakes. The Cowboys' defense would become a nightmare for offenses, especially in critical moments, 3rd and long, late in the game, or in the playoffs. It's the kind of move that could turn the tide, giving Dallas that extra push they need to finally get over the hump and bring home another Super Bowl trophy. In conclusion, this trade scenario is shaping up to be one of the most exciting developments of the season for Cowboys fans. Anderson's arrival would be a statement to the entire league. Dallas is serious about contending, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. The Texans, on the other hand, are taking their shot at rebuilding smartly, leveraging their cap space and draft picks. But for us, the fans, it's about dreaming bigger. It's about envisioning a team with relentless pass rushers, a defense that strikes fear into every quarterback, and a shot at glory in the postseason. If this deal happens, it could define the Cowboys' season and maybe even their legacy. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you believe Anderson can be the difference maker we've been waiting for? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us, and it matters to the Cowboys. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest news on Dallas Cowboys and all things NFL. Let's keep the passion alive and continue dreaming of that next Super Bowl victory.